Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. How's it going? I hope it's going good. My name is Charvaun Shana, the Shana Belle. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today we're going to be doing another reading, and today's reading is going to be a collective reading instead of a pick a card reading. I feel like collective readings, I'll be able to get deeper into the message and deeper into the message, but I'm feeling like I have to cut it short because I have 2 or 3 more piles to read. So yeah, that's why I want to do more collective readings. Also, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not every reading will be for you, and not everything in every reading will be for you, because like I said, it is a collective reading and there are a lot of people who watch these readings. So take everything with a grain of salt. Again, use your discernment and take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So we're going to get into the reading. Ooh, low-key, this is a little dangerous. I'm going to get a different stool so I don't have to shuffle on the same stool that has the fire burning. Okay? Because we're not trying to start a fire in my apartment. Okay, now let's get into the reading. I have to move some things around so I didn't start a fire in my apartment. Gotta move it some more. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to start off with tarot using the Stella Lunar Tarot deck. Well, Heavenly Father, what messages does my collective need to hear at this moment? Universe, Spirit Guides, please tap me into the energy of my collective. What messages do they need to hear at this moment? What messages are meant for them at this time moment that they come across the video? What messages are they need to hear right now when they come across this video? Let me close my window. My bad. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I am back again. Hello, Shady's back in. This is so pretty. Okay, I'm getting distracted. 9 of Swords. Okay, so and then 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's actually insane. And for you guys as well. Where's the kitten? She's right here next to me. Okay, so I gotta do a reading now, sorry. So what was I saying? Right, so I was hearing, like, when I said Shady's back again, it made me think of a comment that I had just responded to today, and it was like, oh, like, you look really pretty or something like that, which I appreciate. Thank you so much. But I was like, how, thank you, I'm finally finding myself again, right? So this is more about you coming back to self. I feel as though you've been going through a rough time or a hard time. You might be losing yourself and or have lost yourself, and you're being called to find yourself again and come back to yourself. You could have gotten lost in the sauce of like the world and everybody else's opinions of you and everybody else's opinions of what you should be doing and the right way to go about things, instead of listening to yourself and listening to your soul and actually your spirit team for the guidance, asking your higher self for the guidance. You've been listening to everybody else's guidance that's kind of been pushing you or making you go astray from what is actually being asked of you, or what you truly want, what you truly desire. Yeah, we have the Lovers in reverse, which is Gemini energy. Then we have the 3 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles upright. And then we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Get off. Okay. Yeah, so with the Lovers in reverse, it's not even about what's being asked of you, is what you truly love and what you truly desire. Like what your heart has actually been asking you to do, and what you find joy and comfort in, and actually find like what you actually find entertaining, what you actually enjoy doing, what you actually want to do. You've been doing what you feel like you need to do and what is required of you. It could even be the fact that I keep saying, oh, your life purpose, and you keep looking at it as like, oh, well, you have this huge mission that you need to accomplish, when in reality your life purpose is going to be what your heart desires. Actually achieving what it is that you truly want to and truly desire, and what you truly love to do and what you truly love to spend your time doing. Even if you just love to be, if you love to do beach, like you can find, like you can do beach, and maybe your life purpose is to spend a lot of time at the beach, you know. And I'm saying that because I've been watching Love Island, and Iris has kept saying like she really just likes to spend her time at the beach, which is valid, because same, me too. I like to go to the beach, and I like to meditate at the beach, I like to relax at the beach, I like to smoke at the beach, I like to drink at the beach, I like to hang out with my friends at the beach. Like I love beach. Like, so I get it. Like, and there's nothing wrong with you just genuinely love doing, like, not everything you do has to be so deep, and not everything you do has to be not everything you do has to be so deep, and like, what's the word, like, we can just gotta add deep. Like, not everything has to be deep, not everything has to be serious. It's not, life is not that serious. I promise you, life was never that serious. And I feel like it's a lot of like you feeling as though you have to show up for people. You could very much still be a people pleaser, and so when people ask you for help, or people ask you to do something with them, or people ask you to show up in a certain way, you feel as though you have to say yes, and you can't say no, or you can't say like, oh, you don't want to, or, you know, that's not for me, that doesn't align with me, that doesn't align with my desires. Not saying that you should never show up for people and you should never help other people, but if you feel as though you're overextending yourself, where it's like now you feel drained and you can't even achieve the things that you want to achieve, and you can't get done the things that you want to get done, then you need to say no. And or if you're always doing stuff and saying yes to somebody who always says no when you ask them for help, and now you need help from them. Like, stop giving more than what you're getting from certain people. And it doesn't always have to be monetary, because, you know, some people might be in a different financial situation than others. But if you're trying to give your all to somebody, meaning like you will always go and help them when they need help, but then whenever you need help, they're nowhere to be found, or their answer is always no, or whatever the case is, they're rude, they have an attitude, they don't put their best foot forward with helping you, you need to walk away from that. There's better out there. Also, I feel as though you've been neglecting a lot of the stuff that matters to you. I was doing a reading on TikTok, and the messages came across that, like, and so this might be applied to you as well, but the message came across as you could be somebody who, when you get into a relationship, whether it's friendship or romantic, you tend to neglect and abandon all the things that you've been working on previously. You get hyperfixated on the new relationship and the new shiny toy that you have there, and you use that as a distraction it becomes a distraction from what it is that you truly care about. And now you're no longer continuing to pour into and nurture the seeds that you have been planting or planted, that you were now watering. So say, for example, you want to be a social media influencer and you wanted to create content. You started your channel or your platform, whichever one you started to, say YouTube is going to be the easiest one, so I don't have to be all over the place, but apply to, you know, like I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Apply to what your passion is. So we'll use like my career as an example. I started my YouTube channel, I started posting videos, then I get in a relationship and I disappear I stop posting. I'm no longer promoting my stuff. I stopped posting on TikTok. I stopped posting on Pinterest, on Instagram, all that stuff, and now I'm just spending all day every day laid up with my boyfriend and not doing anything, like not still continuing with my passions and my dreams to make my dreams come true. And then you're gonna look back a year from now after you and your boyfriend, I'm gonna look back a year from now after me and my boyfriend breaks up, God forbid, but you know, stuff happens, life goes on. So we break up, I look back and I have nothing to show for the last year that I lived, because I stopped paying attention and focusing on what I've been trying to build all this time. I've been working on my YouTube channel and my social media career since 2010, and it's 2025, 15 years, and I just put all that on hold, abandoned it, and decided neglecting it for a year because now I had a boyfriend. That sounds ridiculous, actually. Like, you matter more than that. You are worth more than that. And also your fans, the people, your followers, your subscribers, the people who are here waiting for your content, they deserve more than that as well. The people who have, not even who are going to find you, but the people who have found you and have been supporting you and has been showing up for you, they deserve more than you abandoning them just because you have somebody that gives you a little bit of attention and calls you pretty. You worth more than that. Desentiment. How about that? Let's desentiment, and let's actually see the value within ourselves and the value in the content or whatever it is that we're putting out. Let's see the value in let's see the value in what we are servicing and producing for others. You think that oh, you're just doing it because, you know, this is something that you love to do and something you always desired, something you always wanted. But who's to say that what you're producing and what you're putting out isn't what somebody was actually looking for, and you're the only person that they can get exactly what they're looking for? You know how many times I come across a creator or a brand or something like that, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I wanted, this is exactly what I needed. No one else matched the aesthetic exactly how I wanted it. No one else was able to give me exactly what I wanted the way I wanted it. Like, yesterday I was looking on Etsy for like crystal jewelry, and I came across this Etsy shop that makes the most beautiful crystal necklaces, exactly how I want it. It's layered. It looks like a piece of goddess would wear, or like a fairy would wear, and I'm just like, that is exactly what I've been looking for, and it's priced at a price that I can afford and I can get it, because I've seen somebody who produced something like that and made something like that, but their pricing was out of my price range. I'm not gonna hold you, I couldn't afford that. Like, I can buy it, yes, but am I in a place where I can drop so much money on a piece like that? No. Will I support them and actually, you know, when I can easily and financially, intelligently buy that and afford it? Yes, I would, because I love to support small businesses and or businesses that create what I'm looking for. However, this Etsy shop creates the same exact, not the same exact, because they are different, but they create the aesthetic that I'm looking for, the necklace, the aesthetic that I'm looking for. They use the right products, meaning they use actual natural crystals, and it's great quality, at least it looks like great quality off of the pictures I'm seeing, and it's very cutesy. And it's matched my aesthetic. It matches exactly what I was looking for, and the price is within the price range that I was willing to pay for it. I can't wait until I actually buy some and it arrives and I'm wearing them, because I'm gonna be so cute, especially if I'm wearing like strapless shirts, like, because it's like layered. You see how I wear multiple necklaces, but they all get tangled up because they're the same length basically. This necklace comes layered already like that, and they're crystal necklaces, and like you can get different crystals, and then they have pendants. So cute, so cutesy. Anyway, that's just, I want to rant. We have the Six of Wands, okay? I like how they waited until the end. Thank you so much for 7K. Let's get to 10K. That's a big jump, but I think you can do it. I think you can do it. Okay, I like how they waited until we got to the end of that part of the reading for me to turn over and see the Six of Wands, because that's showing that when you get to the end of this, once you stop people pleasing and you stop neglecting yourself and stop neglecting the things that you're working on, you're going to reach victory. Honestly, I feel as though if you were to do some self-reflecting, you know, do some journaling, and you might have already journaled for your dream life, like to manifest your dream life, but I say do it again, right? I say put in the work and try again and do it again, because now you're in a different place than you were the last time you did it. I was doing it today, and I'm probably going to try to link, I'm going to post and then link the prompts that I did this morning for it in the description box for this reading. I'm gonna try, but I would say to do those prompts, and I'm probably gonna put it on my Etsy because for like $1.11, and then also put it on my Patreon for any person who is subscribed to my Patreon. You can get it for free. But yes, so you're in a different place now, and you're gonna see that you actually manifested a lot of the things that you used to think was your dream life. And now when you think of your dream life, it's going to look completely different, meaning it's gonna go further. It's gonna be more detailed, it's gonna be more cohesive, it's gonna make more sense, because a lot of the things that used to be a part of your dream life, you're already living it, so there's no reason to include it anymore. Well, at least include it in so much detail, because now you can summarize it, because it's something that you're already living. You know, you can, and then also now you have a greater vision. Now you also have a greater vision on what you want to do next and where you want to go next, because you excuse me, oh my gosh, throat chakra, oh my god, you have been living in that truth your spirit team is praying and begging you to not get distracted and to refocus, because you're so close. You're so close. Like, you have everything in line for you to have exactly what it is you want and to have your dream life come true. You can have it by the end of this year. You just have to be consistent and show up, and it's going to take a lot of long nights. It might take a lot of sleepless nights. It's going to take you having to say no to plans, and you having to say no to people and your best friends and the person in relationship. No one's saying you actually have to break up with them. I mean, some of y'all might want to, you know, but that's up to you, girl. Use your discernment. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But you're going to have to say no sometimes, and or you're going to have to work while they're there. If they want to be there, they can be there, but understand they're going to have to, excuse me, with confirmation, like, they're gonna have to be there and sit quietly. Like, when you gotta sit down and record, they're gonna have to stay quiet while you're recording. If you have to be live at the moment, then they're gonna have to either be okay with being on camera, or again be off at the side and understand this is a career, this is a job, this is serious, right? If you are an entrepreneur and you ship out orders and ship out products and they want to be there, they either have to be okay with the fact that you're not going to be able to give them as much time and attention and affection as they were used to, or they're going to have to help you package up those orders and send them out. Actually, if they want to be there and they're not helping you, that's crazy. Get rid of them, because they're not that supportive now, are they? Like, just saying. But like, be so for real. If they see you have all these orders and they're not helping you package it, but they want to be in your space, I think you deserve better than that. But that's a non-issue. That's up to you. But yeah, like, this is serious, and you need to take it serious. You need to take yourself serious. Things don't become serious until you start to take it serious. People won't take you seriously until you take yourself seriously. So there comes a point in time, there comes a point in your life, there comes a point in your career, there comes a point in your endeavor where you have to be like, you know what, I can no longer push what I have going on to the side because everybody else wants to be like, this isn't serious. I'm serious about this, and I want this to be what I envision it to be, what I imagine it being. And I can't sit around and wait for people to accept who I am and what I'm doing. I accept it. I accept myself. I accept what I'm working on. I accept what I'm doing. And if they don't, if no one else does, that's the business. But I will attract the people. I have attracted the people who do take me seriously. I have hundreds, thousands of people, millions of people who are actually interested in what it is that I got going on. And what the people around me, the 5 people around me who say, oh, that's not a real job, that's not a real career, that's going to stray you away from the hundreds, thousands, millions of people that's telling you every day that what you're doing is, and thanking you for the work that you're doing and what you're putting in and what you're producing and giving to them. The people around you are going to be your biggest haters, I promise you. The people around you are going to be the last people to support you. Look at all the people who are supporting you. Look at all the people who you're doing it for in the first place. The people who are actually engaging with you and supporting you and, loving what it is that you do are the people that you're creating it for anyway. You're not creating it for Sally in your neighborhood. You're not creating it for Benjamin that you grew up with. You're not creating it for Joe, your neighbor. Who is Joe? Who is Joe? Joe. Why would Joe be interested in your swimsuit, your bikini line? Does Joe wear bikinis? No. So yeah, he's gonna be like, oh, how's your cute little business going? There's nothing little about your business. You are running a luxury designer bikini line that is going to be huge one day and is flourishing right now. But Joe's not going to buy from you unless he's buying it for like his daughter or his girlfriend or his wife or whatever the case is. But like, why are you upset that Joe doesn't want to buy from you when Joe is not your target audience? Joe is not your market. Not everybody is going to support you, and that's okay. And that is okay, because not everybody was meant for you. And you're not meant for everybody. Not everybody's going to align with your business, and your business isn't going to align for everybody. So pay attention and focus on the people that do. Plain, simple, easy. Actually. Plain, simple, easy. I want to get some oracle cards done out. I am about to run out of space on this SD card, but like, we'll see. Where is my... I want to get from the Moonology deck, honestly, because this was my first... This was, out of all my Oracle and Tarot decks, the Moonology Oracle deck was the first one that I ever had. And the Starseed Oracle, which is over there in my bookshelf, so there's that. Thank you, love, for all the likes. Was the 10K too much for you? Did you lose motivation? Sorry, love. I should have said a calm 8K, right? Got ahead of myself. I'm on live right now on my TikTok, so. Okay, so we have bring love into the situation. Is it focused? No. Okay. That is new moon in Aquarius, so you could be in Aquarius. Ooh, I want flying. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Wow. A lot about love right now. I'm not even gonna hold you though. I'm getting in the bottom of the deck, you and loved ones you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So Aquarius, Libra, Cancer, and Gemini from the Loves card from earlier. And there's so much about love. But at the same time, I'm also getting the love for what you have going on. The love for your project. Like, fall back in love with your creations, with your business, with your career, with your social media, your your music, or your like fall back in love with dance, or you know, makeup, whatever it is. Not even like social media, like your social media platform, whatever the case is. Fall back in love with whatever it is that you bring to your social media platform, or whatever it is you bring to your entrepreneurship, or whatever it is that you bring to your career, whatever field that you're in, right? I do spiritual work on TikTok, YouTube, on social media. So if I'm using me as an example, I would say fall back in love with your spiritual work. Fall back in love with holistic healing and wellness and mindfulness and connecting with spirit and connecting with Christ. Like, fall back in love with the spiritual world. Fall back in love with whatever it is that what caused you to be like, I want to share this with the world. Fall back in love with what you're sharing with the world. Take time by yourself to indulge in it without expecting to make some money off of it. Because when you love something, like you have a hobby and then you monetize it, you tend to lose the love for it. You tend to lose the passion for it, because now it just feels like a job. Now it just feels like something you have to get done. But if you was to take the time to actually just do it on your own and fall back and remember why you fell in love with it in the first place, and then fall back in love with it, then you will get that fire in your ass again that makes you get up and be like, yeah, I want to share this with the world. There's a reason why I loved it in the first place, and I want the whole world to get a piece of, to understand and see and experience what it is that I experience when I'm doing this. That is, what is a Libra? A Libra is a zodiac sign that is September, late September, early October. But yeah, like I said, I'm on live on TikTok right now. If you would like to see my lives, I'm probably going to, whenever I'm doing collective reading, I'll probably also do it live on my TikTok. So if you would like to see my lives, make sure that you'll follow me on my TikTok, and then you can put on the notifications on there as well, and they will notify you whenever I go live. Also, be sure that you are following me here, because this is the end of the reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below letting me know how it resonated, or just like share a fun fact with me. You know, let me know what you got going on. Also, let me know what your Instagram handle is, because I will be doing shout outs for Instagram and YouTube on my pick a card readings from now on, just to give back to you guys and show you guys how much I appreciate you guys and that I see you guys and I love you guys. I adore you guys, actually. Follow me, subscribe to me on here on YouTube, and press the bell so you're notified whenever I upload. Check out my description box for any information that you might need from me. Also, I always link my whatever cards I use. Actually, I always link all my decks in the description box, so if you ever want any of them, I always name them in the reading, and then you can always check them out in the description box. Follow me on my Instagram, my TikTok, which I post readings on every single day, and my Pinterest. Is there anything else I need to tell you guys? Nope, I think that's it. I love you guys so very much, and I genuinely do mean it. I appreciate you guys so much for supporting me and being here with me and engaging with me, and not having me just talk to the camera all day, because there was a time when I literally would post a video and only like 2 people would watch it. So I thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.